Hi and welcome down the shed with me, Jason. So in this video we're going to build yet another ICSTATION Christmas tree. Very similar to the last one. It's got a different switch. The battery pack terminals are in a slightly different location, and there's just a weeny variation into the location of components. So let's crack on and build it. So here's the order details. So here are two boards, very similar kits to the last one.
Well done. 6 in a row. 30 pounds. Sheer luck. It may change.
Here's our base. If you'll notice, the battery terminals are in a slightly different location. They're here on the other board, and it's got a different switch. Other than that, pretty much the same. That's the switch in location. So as you can see, the other one had a push switch on top. This one's on the side, so it's much easier to operate. The other difference with this kit is the micro USB and not the little round power jack the other one had. Get these soldered in. Okay, so here's the switch and the USB jack or socket, and there's the soldering. I hate soldering those little tiny ones. You have to use the 4 times on the magnifying lens. Right, we didn't get any of this furniture in the other kit because we had the battery pack which it sits on. So this one's going to sit on these little bolt nuts, I'm going to call them. So there we have it. It's now on its little legs, so they just basically fit on like that. And I have actually got spare hardware. I could make that taller if I wanted to. So apart from the mounting of the actual trees, which we did in the last one, but these all, you'll see on the base there's plus or minus. I'm not sure if one of them's got an arrow on it. Nope. So you've got 2 minuses and 2 pluses on the board. So that'll either go plus minus like that, or plus, oh sorry, that'll either go plus minus like that, or plus minus like that. But obviously it's got to slide into its counterpart first. That's how it will look. End up looking something like that. Now on the other board we had 2 different locations for solder points, but on this board you've got, let's see if I can just solder between those and it holds the board together. Now the other one had 2 more down in this section here, but as long as that's soldered in properly you don't really need those. Or you could feed a piece of thin wire, an old lead, component lead or something, and just solder them together, but a blob of solder in those, a couple of sides is enough. Okay, so we've got R1, 3 and 5 are 4.7Ks. Where's the others? I've lost. So R2, 4, 6 and 7 are 100 ohms. So on these blue resistors we have brown, black, brown, which is 100 ohms. So 2, 4, 6 and 7, 2's down here, R4 is here. Now you only get, like the last kit, you only have 7 on one board and 6 on the other. So this is R6, or like the other tree kit rather. I mean they're virtually the same. R6, R7, and the fact it's got a USB micro and not a power port, so I'll get those soldered in. So that's the soldering done. So 4.7Ks, we have brown, black, purple, and that's either yellow or gold. It looks yellow, but it could just be the markings on the resistor. So R1, 3 and 5 are 4.7K or 4,700 ohms. So R5 is up here. R3 is down here, and R1 is down by this blob of blue tack. Now the instructions or build guide is on the website, as the silk screen has the R1. Silk screen has the component locations but not their values, so you do need to check the website or watch a video like this. So there we go, that's those in, so we just solder them down. So there we are, that's the 7 resistors on this board, as you can see. So I'll carry on with this one for the minute. Right, depending on which order these videos get uploaded, you'll notice that the capacitors on this one, which are 16 volt 47 UFs, same as the other kit, the difference being that you only get a round circle on the silk screen. So as you can see, you get 2 round circles on the silk screen, one of them marked plus. So remembering that your electrolytics are banded as a minus side, and you've got your long leg for the plus. So again, 47 UFs. But as I was saying, the difference between this kit and the other kit is you have circles on the capacitors and not rectangles, which means on this kit they're actually going to sit upright. However, I'm feeling I might lie them down anyway. Oh, my tummy's rumbling. This one could go downwards. So I think they just look better on the board like that anyway. I like it. So solder those in. Right, so 3 S9014 transistors. Now it does say something in the instructions about better to bend S9014's pins so that 2 PCS, PCA and PCB can better splice in. Okay, PCBA has been installed, completed. Chinglish. So what I'm going to do is, remembering just to get your transistor to mimic the shape on the board. So flat side, flat side. What I'm going to do is pop that in and then bend him forwards like that, because these two, when the boards slide together, they could come into contact and annoy each other. Not annoy each other, but get in each other's way. So we'll just take a little bit of a lead off the website and work around that. I don't see that one being much of a problem, to be honest. When this board slides in, that bottom one might come into contact with this one. Yeah, so this bottom one's going to want bending out the way for definite. So we'll lie him flat like that. That's nice. He can lie flat like that. He can stay up in the air. Get these soldered in. Right, so apart from the LEDs, that's this part of this board completed. Just a quick recap. This is the second board. So our 2, 4 and 6 are the 100 ohms, and 1, 3 and 5 are the 4.7Ks. Okay, so there's board B. As you'll see, the 3 caps are on. Again, remember the polarities. The 3 transistors are in. Again, remember orientation and the resistors. So all we've got left on both of these 2 boards to do now is install the LEDs. Right, so here we have the first of the 2 completed boards. I've bent the LEDs so they kind of shine all over the place like the last one. So that's one board finished. So I'll complete the other board. So long leg, short leg, polarity on the LEDs as always. Long leg, there's a little plus marked on the diodes. So the long leg goes in the plus. Now it's up to you how far they stick out. But I'm sort of going to the point where they don't want to go in any further, and then just bend them over. Like yay. And again, long leg in the plus. Okay, so this one hasn't got a long leg on it. There's the battery. So if you're not sure or you need to check it, grab yourself a battery, and it'll only flash one way, as you can see. So long leg is this one, or the positive is that one in this case, as far as it will go, and bend it over. So let's do one more. Long leg plus, slide it in, bend it over. And here's the second board completed. So what we need to do now is get both boards, excuse me, onto the little plinth. So this is going to be the one that goes on first because it's got the slot in the top. So we have, right, so that's plus in plus and minus in minus. I need to check the orientation of the other board. So that should be minus, that should be plus. Okay, so this board is on correctly. This board should slide onto the top. So what I reckon is I'm going to put a blob of solder on the bottom of the pegs here on each side. I might just try and sit that up right. Okay, that looks good. So I'm just going to wedge that there and blob some solder in down here. Double checking my polarities. Double checked our polarities. So let's just blob some solder down onto these. Get it in on the board. Okay, so that's that soldered down on that side. I'll just put a little bit on the other side. Actually, do I need it? Yeah. We'll put a tiny amount on the other side. I'm not sure on the last kit that I didn't get working properly without jumper cable in it, whether that was due to over soldering, but on these tabs I don't think so. There was something wrong with that one, I'm sure, but I managed to get it working anyway, so happy days. Right, so I don't know if the camera will pick this up, but there we go. That's that side and that side, and that's rather warm underneath. So now we need to slide this one onto that one, and minus is towards me and the plus is away from me. So we'll slide this on, and that went on really nicely. Now the two tabs in the middle there are matching, and they literally just hold the two halves together, but there's really no need to get into that too much. I will put a little dab in there. Probably do what I did on the last one and use a bit of flux paste and heat that up in there. These are awkward to solder in down in these little, once you've got these in and they're all angled up. Again, solder paste would probably be easier on these, but so that one, and then we're done on those, I think. Right, so that's all the base points soldered in. So if I angle that like that, can you see? Yes, you can. This syringe is nearly empty. I might have to get another syringe or use my other solder paste, which is in a tub, to actually pack this syringe out. It's much easier. So there's a blob of solder paste, and what we'll do is just heat that up. Just a little dab more to make the connection between the two. There we go. Not quite. Right, okay, so put a blob of normal solder in on the top. There we go. So I'm only going to do 2 of those because they're not really that important. I mean, it's not going to go anywhere. And there we go. So I don't know whether the camera will pick it up. No solder. And there we have our nice little no solder and our little connector. So this kit basically is now complete. So what we shall do is zoom right out and plug her in. does come with a supplied micro USB cable. Soldering iron can go off. So let's plug her in. And the USB plug's knackered. No wonder the pins in the actual plug, don't know whether this will pick it up, the pins in the actual plug are all wedged up against the roof. So let me pause while I have a look at that. Okay, so not happy with the supplied lead. What we do with those is, and we have a USB cable ready to plug in and rewire. So there she is. This one doesn't have a top LED yet. We have plenty of spares. I think there was about 6 or 7 spares with this kit and 1 with the other kit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a way of wiring one of these spares off the top. So bear with me. Okay, so there are 2 points up here, plus and minus, to as you can see, it's flashing in my fingers already. So we'll just solder that puppy in. If I lean that against there, let's try unpowering it so we don't short anything. Actually, let's just lean that up in here. So we'll just pop in, turn the iron on. So I'll pop some solder onto these, and that is the kit complete. So I'll wait for the iron to heat. That's one side. That's both sides. So let's plug her back in, and there we have it. So that's our second. This one's much better because of this button's so much easier to access. It's just a shame it doesn't have its own little battery pack, which I might look into and fit one. But there we go. So that's our 3D 7-colour flashing Christmas tree. And I must say, even after building the last one, let's turn some lights out. After building the previous one, the clear coloured LEDs on these kits are remarkable. They are so clear, they are so bright, and they are really good colour definition. Absolutely love these LEDs. So like the video, subscribe to the channel, and guess what the next video is going to be? A star. You said Christmas tree. You were nearly right. There are 2 more to do. One's on the way, one's here. The next one I've got is absolutely spanking. You're going to love it. So this one was, see if I can just pull the website up. So this one is 14959, normally $6.59, now $4.74. I'm guessing that's just Black Friday prices. Really good little kit. Enjoyed making these 2. I enjoyed this one more because it worked the first time and it's got a slightly better button on it. Although I might actually take the battery pack off the other one and put it on this one for wifey, because I like this one better. So subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.